seem to know, don't seem to be using all the trends that are out there and looking to manipulate it all to their betterment.
Should we have another barista? Hello, Dublin, are we here? Please
I've been watching all the finals
the
since the very
Barista Champion of
beginning,
Indonesia!
Becomes better and better.
Yoshua Tanu!
Now let's see what Indonesia has to offer.
So, if we can just get some judges, here we come. Head judge, Mr. Gwilym Davies.
Hey, man. How you doing? Thank you.
2009 World Barista Champion, so he knows how to judge.
I really hope that he uses
The
some
last European
Indonesian coffee at
champion
least, because I've been seeing some
that
interesting
your
coffees
business
coming out of
cards?
Indonesia lately, and they have big potential for sure.
So, Joshua, we'll let the judges get in.
They have the altitude, they have tons of micro-regions, it's all potential.
Up to the right, looks like a...
Yeah, it's just a matter of processing well, picking well,
So,
finding the
Joshua,
right
just give us some
varieties, and
instructions,
so on.
to the technical judge, let them know what's going to
I
be
took the
happening.
Q-graded ones, and
This
the
is
best coffee
completely normal
we're tasting there was from
protocol, and we've seen
Indonesia,
more and
tasting
more
like
from this
pink
from
grapefruit. It was
baristas.
incredible.
They want the judges to work and react in a specific way, and it's their job to let them know how to do that and to give them the best opportunity for the performance.
It's also one of those divisive coffees. You meet some people in coffee who just adore Indonesian coffees, and some who really
So,
don't
Joshua,
like it
when
at all.
you're ready,
Yeah,
you raise
I
your
think
hand
that's
to
more of
start
the
time,
traditional style,
and,
though, those kind of earthy,
what you've used in Charlton before, you know what to do.
baggy
You've done this enough
coffees
times
that we're
now.
seeing less
Over
and less
to you.
of in the specialty, top
Can I
specialty
get the
ones, I think.
music, please? Good. Time. I bet most of the coffees that you'll be having today, or even yesterday, were single origin espressos. What's up with that? There hasn't been much love lately for blended coffees, especially in competitions. Now, we all know that there are many problems that do come with blending, and all it is picked at an elevation of 1,750 meters above sea level and uses a wash process. Picked of only the ripest coffee cherries and washed using natural spring water from that region, then dried for a period of 14 days in a 3-tier raised African bed. 2 days on the very top, 6 days on the middle row, and another 6 days on the very bottom row. This to highlight different times and temperatures of the sunlight to bring out the different complexities in citrus, floral, and a very clean cup. Now, the coffee to the right is a Finca El Mirador. This coffee originates from Huila, Colombia, and is of a Castillo varietal. It is picked similarly at the height of 1,700 meters above sea level and is naturally processed. Picked of only coffee cherries that has a Brix degree of 25 and above. Agtron color first, or a specific roast profile designed for each of these coffees. However, these methods will produce a lot of different particle sizes when we grind them, and this will create a lot of inconsistencies in the extraction rates. To overcome these problems, I've used a process I like to call solubility blending. Firstly, in order to do this, we do have to find the best roast development for each of these coffees. as this step allows us to find the most delicious representations of them. However, most people would stop at this step, which is great if you're roasting for single origin espressos. But when blending two coffees together, we might actually make each other worse. Secondly, the real magic happens is when we adjust that roast profile so that the solubility levels are exactly the same. And with a solubility match, we can then extract the espressos optimally by using the same grind settings and within the same brewing time. For this to happen, Andy Todd from St. Ali roasted my geishas at 21% roast development and the Castillos at 20% roast development to just make sure that they both have the same solubility levels. And thirdly, and finally, with the solubility match, we can then pre-dose, pre-blend, and grind all the coffees using the EK specific to the needs of each of the three courses that we'll be having. So, and this step gives us tremendous flexibilities and complexities in all of the cups that we'll all be tasting. So let me get started with the first course, which is the espresso course, and I'll be right back, guys. Page to see my blend profiles for this first course, as well as tasting notes. In this first course, thank you, I decided to blend 70% of that geisha and 30% of the Castillo. Using solubility blending at this ratio, I'm able to take in the specific amount of sweetness as well as a silky smooth body to create a perfect balance between the two to give me beautiful coffees. By moving this ratio up or down of at least 5% would create an imbalance in the dominance of each of these coffees. So I found that this ratio is practically the only ratio that'll give me that balance of grapefruit acidity, orange, nice crisp finish. Enjoy. Enjoy. All the coffee cherries that I've tried from before, this one had the smoothest and silkiest mouthfeel that works the best with this beverage. And what I'm taking out here is just a magnet. Don't worry about it so much. And so in my my signature beverages, I'd like you to find, again, flavors of that grapefruit, followed by oranges. Hints of blueberries this time. Thank you. And a smooth and silky mouthfeel. There you go.
You better be calm performance here by Yoshua.
Enjoy. Enjoy.
Let's have a round of applause for the signature drink!
Can be apparent in everything that we've done today, especially in all the courses. And I hope that you guys enjoy my beverages. Thank you so much. Time.
Let's give it up for the Barista Champion of Indonesia, Yoshua Tanu!
Very nice.
Wow.
Very
Well
composed
done.
and
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. We should come closer to the camera because I keep getting told off for being too far away from the camera. That was fantastic. So much going on there. So many things I'm going to ask you about.
Okay.
First thing I've got to say is, where did you get those glasses from? They're beautiful.
Crate and barrel.
Yeah, they're very, very pretty. Very pretty indeed. I love talking about coffee. I love talking about people's coffees and why they choose them and what they are. Can you, I'm going to say something very uncool in specialty circles. I love Indonesian coffees. Like, I think they have great character, and they're great gateway coffees for people to get into coffee.
For sure.
So tell me a little bit about your coffee and how you came to find it and use it.
So usually with Indonesian coffees, at this moment it's harvesting. So either I get a really fresh crop or a really old one-year crop that wouldn't work so well in competitions especially. So I've chosen these two who, because of their harvesting period between January and February, it's just the right amount of time for the greens to rest out and bring out a little bit more flavors for each other. Yeah.
And you used a Colombian natural as well.
Yes, I
So
did.
what was the inspiration for that?
When I first tried it, actually, I really tasted a lot of the berry sweetnesses in this coffee, and I thought that it would work well with milk, and I chose it specifically for that, actually.
So you work at Common Grounds, St. Ali?
Yeah.
Yes?
In Indonesia, so.
Tell me about that. What's the scene there? What's the vibe like in working for the company there?
I mean, it's great. Sal and Ross, they help out a lot when coming back to Indonesia, and St. Ali really opened up the market to especially coffee in Indonesia, and it shows that there are a lot of things that we can learn, but a lot of things that we can also adjust in terms of having it there that is different. Incorporating Indonesian coffees to St. Ali and Common Grounds.
So in Indonesia, is there a specialty coffee scene as such? Are there coffee shops that are doing like really good coffees?
Yeah, there's a really good scene right now, and it's been an amazing year, or the past 2 years actually. A lot of coffees have been growing, coffee shops have been grown, and sorry.
Yeah, please, let's not upset the judges. We want to keep them happy.
Right, thanks.
Guys, can we have a round of applause for our judges, please, who've been working super hard?
Thank you so much. Thank you
That's
so much.
not a round of applause, come on!
Yes, a very composed presentation there from Joshua. Indonesia not traditionally a great barista competition
If you were
team.
looking for some clothing wear,
he's
where
definitely
would you go in this show? Would you
great
maybe go to
selection
the
here, and
merchandise
a really
store
strong
and get
performance.
something really lovely like this?
Yeah.
I can see you all want one. It's these are in the merchandise stores. You can go and buy them. It's just through there. You can also buy your barista party ticket. See, I'm a good salesman. This is my job, is to sell things.
Oh, for those of you watching online, the scores are
did
posted
you have problems getting all of your
online all the time. The top
so
score
much equipment,
possible
so many things on the table.
can be 719
how many
points.
bags did you bring with
And
you?
that's because they removed the technical judge, so it's just slightly lower than it used to be. And the top rank right now is Australia. Has been actually on the top rank since yesterday, I think.
Yeah, Hugh Kelly from Owner Coffee, so the same stable as Sasa Sestic. And really strong performance. Len Butler again, very strong.
Yeah, 2.5 points behind.
Yeah, I start to feel for the people that are in
crazy. And
8th,
this is the
9th,
amount of
10th
work that goes
position now
into
because
barista competition.
they're not very
that's the
safe.
kind of,
So many things happening.
Only the 12 best
I'm sure
ones
you've
go
got
to
a
the
team of people
semifinals.
behind you.
There's a lot of scores that hasn't been updated now. For instance, Bentley,
Yes,
Charlotte
round of applause
Malamau.
for Team
It's going to be
Indonesia
quite
there.
exciting to see in the
Well,
next
guys.
hour or so what's
I
going to
saw you got
happen
some
on the top
supporters
12
over here
ranking.
too.
Yeah. Over here also.